Pokemon franchise has existed since 1996 and has brightened our lives with countless wonderful creatures known as Pokemon. While many of these Pokemon stand out for their unique traits, be it a powerful signature ability like Gholdengo's Good as Gold, or a wacky, unorthodox design like Sigilyph or Cradily. Some Pokemon even borrow inspiration from actual animals in the real world. Take for example Espatra, an ostrich that possesses psychic powers. Its design evokes mystique and grandeur, but the same cannot be said for some Pokemon that have next to nothing going for them, in terms of both design and gameplay. Today we'll be trying to remake and improve these boring Pokemon designs in part 2 of Fixing Boring Pokemon. The first Pokemon we'll be talking about today was introduced fairly recently in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and it has failed to stand out despite having its own signature move and even a unique evolution method. The electric and fighting type Pawmot is almost indistinguishable from its previous evolutions, Pawmi and Pawmo. In fact, the only differences are stats as well as a bit more fur. Competitively, this Pokemon functions like a physical glass cannon, but it hasn't seen much use, being completely outclassed by stronger electric types like Iron Hands or Raging Bolt. But now I present Pawnobi, the stealth Pokemon. This Pokemon is a stealthy assassin that lurks in the dark, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike its prey. Its attacks are swift and calculated, but it meditates during the day. So I gave it a boost to its speed and physical attack, enhancing its two best stats. Since Pawmot already has the signature move Double Shock, a base 120 power move that removes the user's electric type after using it, Pawnobi can retain that. As for its ability, Unburden would be a good choice as Pawnobi could hold the White Herb item, restoring its stat drops after using stat close combat and increasing its speed in the process. Next is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I was pretty happy to find out that it was receiving an evolution in Scarlet and Violet, only to be mildly disappointed upon evolving it myself. Dudunsparce is a little land snake with the pure normal typing, and it's never stood out much besides being the occasional subject of a joke. Its new evolution, the Dudunsparce, just seemed to clown on Dudunsparce even more. It was a little bit funny at first, but the joke quickly grew stale and left us wishing that Dudunsparce received a proper evolution. Perhaps also giving it a dragon type since that would fit it nicely. So now I present Dudunsparce, the winged serpent Pokemon. Dudunsparce is more of a bulky, offensive Pokemon compared to its passive pre-evolution. Its signature ability Draconize is similar to abilities like Galvanize and Refrigerate, but it turns all normal type moves into the dragon type. Its secondary abilities, Serene Grace and Berserk, are also fairly useful competitively. And Dudunsparce learns the new signature move Cloudburst, a base 100 normal type spread special attack that also sets up Tailwind, doubling the speed of itself and its allies. Hopefully this could give the Dudunsparce line some spotlight and usage in the competitive scene. Finally is the Pokemon Glameow, as well as its evolution Purugly. I've always liked Glameow as it reminded me of a feisty domesticated cat that thinks highly of itself. Purugly is similar concept-wise, but its design is strange to say the least. It has a base 112 speed, making it faster than Pokemon like Latios and Garchomp, so it's pretty hard for me to convince myself that this fat cat is faster than mobile and physically active dragons. Purugly was simply reduced to a lousy throwaway Pokemon used by Team Galactic Grunts, losing all the personality and glamour of its previous evolution. Now I present Purpatra, the feral Pokemon. Purpatra is an elegant but stoic leader, and just like Salazzles, only female Glameow can evolve into Purpatra. Each Purpatra has their own loyal army of male Glameow. Despite this, Purpatra will reward their most loyal subjects with praise and leniency. They are also known to constantly feud with the fish Pokemon Sea Emperor from the previous episode of Fixing Boring Pokemon. Purpatra has the ability Queenly Majesty just like Serena, blocking the effects of all priority moves, as well as the signature ability Fallback, restoring its HP back to full once it reaches below 50%, but lowering its defenses by one stage each. Purpatra also boosts the signature move Flaming Ankh. Ankh, is that how you say it? Comment down below if you guys know how to pronounce that word, which is a reference to Magician's Red from JoJo's. This move deals stab damage despite being a fire type move and has a 50% chance of burning the target. And that's it for episode 2 of Fixing Boring Pokemon. So be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, since 93% of you are not subscribed yet. And let's try and hit 100 subs. Bye!